Hello, friends. If you're curious about the movie The Idea of You, releasing September 20th, 2024, you're in the perfect place. Don't forget to give this video a quick like, it really helps us out. And if you're new here, hit subscribe to stay updated on all the latest movie deep dives. Let's jump right in. Imagine a story that blends the exhilarating highs of romance with the bittersweet pangs of life's complexities. That's exactly what The Idea of You offers, a film that's as enchanting as it is heartbreaking. Directed by the visionary Gabriel Casson and starring in Hathaway and Nicholas Galitzine, this romantic drama promises to sweep you off your feet while leaving you deep in thought about love, timing, and the choices that define our lives. Set to release on September 20th, 2024, the film has already generated massive buzz for its intriguing premise and stellar performances. But this is not just your typical love story. The Idea of You ventures into uncharted emotional territory, delving into the intricacies of relationships that defy expectations. It invites us to reflect on the boundaries we set for ourselves and what happens when those boundaries blur. At its heart, the story revolves around Sophie, played by Anne Hathaway, a 40-year-old art gallery owner and mother of a teenage daughter. Sophie is navigating the messy aftermath of a divorce, trying to maintain her sense of self while balancing the demands of motherhood and her career. Life feels stagnant, her dreams deferred in favor of practicality. Enter Hayes Campbell, Nicholas Galitzine, a 24-year-old British pop sensation whose magnetic charm and zest for life are as disarming as they are irresistible. Their meeting is serendipitous, a chance encounter that sparks a connection neither of them expected or were prepared for. The plot begins with Sophie reluctantly attending Coachella, the iconic music festival, with her daughter Izzy. It's not the glamorous escapade Sophie imagined for herself. Rather, she's there because her ex-husband canceled at the last minute. But fate has other plans. When Sophie and Izzy end up backstage, Sophie catches the attention of Hayes, the enigmatic lead singer of the hottest boy band of the moment. From the very first glance, there's a spark, a palpable chemistry that draws them together. What starts as playful banter evolves into something much deeper. Hayes is drawn to Sophie's intellect and grounded demeanor, while Sophie finds herself captivated by his passion and youthful exuberance. Despite their 16-year age gap and the glaring differences in their worlds, they embark on a whirlwind romance that takes them from sun-soaked beaches to lavish concerts and intimate moments hidden from the public eye. Their relationship unfolds like a symphony, each note resonating with a mix of joy, hesitation, and the inevitable complications that come with loving someone from a different world. But The Idea of You isn't just about romance. It's about the barriers we create: age, fame, societal expectations, and how love can challenge those barriers in unexpected ways. Sophie's internal struggle is one of the film's most compelling elements. Torn between her desire to live in the moment and her responsibilities as a mother, she grapples with the fear of judgment and the vulnerability of opening her heart again. Hathaway's performance is nothing short of breathtaking, capturing every nuance of Sophie's journey with authenticity and grace. On the other hand, Galitzine shines as Hayes, portraying him as more than just a heartthrob. Hayes is thoughtful, self-aware, and unapologetically in pursuit of what makes him happy. His youthful optimism serves as a counterpoint to Sophie's cautious pragmatism, creating a dynamic that feels both real and deeply moving. Together, they navigate the highs and lows of their relationship, offering viewers a love story that feels raw and unapologetically human. The film's settings play a crucial role in bringing the story to life. From the vibrant chaos of music festivals to the serene beauty of European getaways, each location adds a layer of richness to the narrative. The cinematography is stunning, capturing the magic of these moments with a dreamlike quality that immerses viewers in Sophie and Hayes's world. But, as with all great love stories, complications arise. Sophie's growing feelings for Hayes are mirrored by her fear of the consequences. How will this relationship affect her daughter, who idolizes Hayes as a celebrity? Can love survive the relentless scrutiny of the media, especially when Sophie finds herself thrust into a spotlight she never wanted? And perhaps most importantly, is their connection strong enough to overcome the inevitable challenges of age, lifestyle, and circumstance? The film teases several major twists that promise to keep audiences on the edge of their seats. Just when Sophie begins to embrace her newfound happiness, an unexpected revelation threatens to unravel everything. Hayes, too, must confront the realities of his high-profile life and the sacrifices it demands. Their journey is not just about falling in love, but about discovering whether love alone is enough to bridge the gap between their vastly different worlds. One of the film's most intriguing elements is its exploration of the concept of the idea of you. What does it mean to truly know and love someone? Is it possible to separate the person from the image we create in our minds? These questions linger throughout the narrative, adding depth to the romance and leaving viewers with much to ponder. The soundtrack is another standout feature, blending original compositions with chart-topping hits that perfectly capture the emotions of each scene. Music becomes a language of its own in the film, bridging the gap between Sophie and Hayes and reminding us of the universal nature of love. In the end, the idea of you is more than a love story. It's a celebration of life's unpredictability and the courage it takes to step outside our comfort zones. It's a reminder that love can be messy, complicated, and imperfect, and that's what makes it so beautiful. As Sophie and Hayes' story unfolds, viewers are invited to reflect on their own experiences with love, loss, and the choices that define us. So, mark your calendars for September 20th, 2024, and get ready to be swept away by a film that's equal parts heartwarming and thought-provoking. Whether you're a hopeless romantic, a fan of Anne Hathaway's stellar performances, or simply someone who loves a good story, The Idea of You is a must-watch. The story of The Idea of You unfolds like a delicate symphony, each moment a carefully composed note, pulling the audience into Sophie's world, a world she never imagined she would inhabit. Sophie, a 40-year-old art gallery owner, is at a crossroads in her life. Having recently divorced, she is navigating the challenging waters of single motherhood while managing a career that often feels more like a lifeline than a passion. Her days are filled with practicality, her dreams of artistic expression and adventure tucked away in the corners of her heart. It's against this backdrop that Sophie finds herself at Coachella, a sprawling, sun-soaked music festival. This isn't her scene, it's her ex-husband's domain, and she's here as a last-minute replacement for him. Sophie's teenage daughter, Izzy, had been counting down the days to this trip, and Sophie couldn't bear to let her down. As they weave through the kaleidoscopic chaos of the festival, Sophie feels like an outsider. The first ripple in the calm waters of Sophie's life comes in the form of Hayes Campbell, the 24-year-old lead singer of the globally adored boy band August Moon. Hayes is everything Sophie is not: youthful, spontaneous, and utterly magnetic. Their meeting is serendipitous, a backstage encounter sparked by a chance misstep. Sophie's guarded demeanor catches Hayes' attention immediately. Amid a sea of adoring fans and superficial interactions, her quiet authenticity is like a breath of fresh air. Their initial interaction is playful and light-hearted. Hayes, accustomed to the adoration of millions, is intrigued by Sophie's disinterest in his celebrity status. He sees her as a challenge, someone who views him as a person rather than a persona. For Sophie, Hayes represents a world she has long since closed herself off from, a world of passion, freedom, and possibility. What begins as casual conversation quickly deepens. Sophie is drawn to Hayes' charm, but it's his vulnerability that captures her attention. Beneath the confident exterior is a young man who craves genuine connection, someone who carries the weight of fame with both pride and exhaustion. Their dialogue is electric, charged with an unspoken connection that neither can ignore. As the festival progresses, Sophie finds herself spending more time with Hayes. Their interactions are stolen moments amidst the chaos, each one peeling back another layer of who they are. Hayes invites Sophie to a private performance, an intimate acoustic set under the stars. It's here, away from the flashing lights and screaming fans, that Sophie sees Hayes for who he truly is, a passionate artist with a soul as vibrant as his music. Their connection grows, and with it, Sophie begins to rediscover parts of herself she had long forgotten. She laughs more freely, feels more deeply, and starts to see the world through Hayes' eyes. But with this newfound joy comes an undercurrent of hesitation. Sophie is acutely aware of the differences between them, their age, their lifestyles, and the glaring reality of Hayes's fame. She wrestles with her own insecurities, questioning whether this connection is real or simply a fleeting fantasy. Meanwhile, Hayes is undeterred. For him, Sophie is a revelation, a grounding force in a life that often feels like a whirlwind. He is persistent yet patient, allowing their relationship to evolve naturally. Through Hayes, Sophie begins to confront her fears and the walls she has built around herself. She allows herself to hope, to dream, and to embrace the idea that life can be more than what she had settled for. Their romance is not without its complications. Izzy, unaware of her mother's growing feelings for Hayes, is enamored with the singer as a fan. Sophie struggles to reconcile her role as a mother with her desire to pursue this unexpected connection. The thought of how this relationship might impact her daughter looms large in her mind, casting a shadow over her moments of happiness. As the days at Coachella unfold, the festival itself becomes a character in their story. The vibrant energy, the music, and the shared experiences create a backdrop that is both exhilarating and poignant. Sophie and Hayes find themselves caught in a whirlwind of emotions, their connection intensifying with each passing moment. They steal glances across crowded spaces, share secret smiles, and lose themselves in conversations that stretch into the early hours of the morning. The turning point comes when Sophie is invited to join Hayes and his bandmates for an impromptu dinner. It's a world she never expected to find herself in, a private gathering of celebrities, artists, and creatives. Despite her initial apprehension, Sophie holds her own, her intelligence and wit shining through. Hayes is visibly proud, his admiration for her evident in every glance and gesture. But the evening is not without its challenges. Sophie is reminded of the vast chasm between their lives when a paparazzi photo of the two surfaces online. The image, though innocuous, sparks a media frenzy. Sophie is thrust into a spotlight she never wanted, her private life suddenly a topic of public speculation. For Hayes, this is par for the course, but for Sophie, it's overwhelming. She begins to question whether their connection is worth the scrutiny and judgment that inevitably comes with it. Through it all, Hayes remains steadfast. He reassures Sophie, offering her glimpses of a life where they can be together, despite the odds. Their relationship becomes a dance of push and pull, a delicate balance of passion and pragmatism. Sophie begins to let go of her inhibitions, allowing herself to fully embrace the joy and love that Hayes brings into her life. As the festival comes to a close, Sophie and Hayes find themselves at a crossroads. The intensity of their connection has left an indelible mark on both of them, but the reality of their circumstances cannot be ignored. Sophie must decide whether to take a leap of faith and follow her heart or retreat to the safety of the life she knows. The first half of The Idea of You is a masterful exploration of love's complexities, the thrill of new beginnings, the fear of vulnerability, and the courage it takes to step outside of our comfort zones. It sets the stage for a story that is as much about self-discovery as it is about romance, leaving audiences eagerly anticipating what lies ahead. As the sun set on Sophie's whirlwind Coachella weekend, she returned to her routine life, but the rhythm of her heart had irrevocably changed. The connection she had forged with Hayes lingered like a melody she couldn't forget. Texts and calls replaced their in-person encounters, their conversations spanning continents as Hayes embarked on his global tour with August Moon. Sophie tried to keep her feet grounded in her world of gallery openings and parent-teacher meetings, but her mind often wandered back to their moments together. Meanwhile, Hayes, amidst the screaming fans and the never-ending chaos of fame, found solace in Sophie's presence, even if it was just a voice over the phone. She became his anchor, her insight and maturity cutting through the noise of his demanding life. They spoke late into the night, Sophie's quiet wisdom balancing Hayes's youthful exuberance. But as their relationship deepened, so too did the complications surrounding it. The first real test of their connection came when Hayes invited Sophie to join him in Paris, where his tour was making a stop. Torn between her responsibilities and her desires, Sophie wrestled with the decision. Izzy, still oblivious to her mother's connection with her idol, had her own budding teenage struggles that required Sophie's attention. The gallery was gearing up for a major exhibition, and the weight of her obligations felt heavier than ever. But the thought of seeing Hayes again was impossible to resist. When Sophie finally arrived in Paris, their reunion was electric. Hayes greeted her with the kind of unbridled joy that only he could exude, pulling her into his world with an infectious enthusiasm. Together, they explored the city's romance-laden streets, their time together a blend of grand gestures and stolen moments. Hayes took Sophie to a secret rooftop overlooking the Eiffel Tower, where they shared a kiss under a canopy of stars, their connection feeling almost surreal. But as idyllic as their time in Paris was, it also brought the realities of their relationship into sharp focus. Hayes's fame meant constant scrutiny. Paparazzi captured their every move, and their private moments became fodder for public consumption. A leaked photograph of the couple sparked a frenzy online, with media outlets speculating wildly about their relationship. Sophie's name trended on social media, her life dissected by strangers who either idolized or vilified her. For Sophie, the invasion of her privacy was overwhelming. She had worked hard to build a life of quiet stability, and now she found herself thrust into a spotlight she had never wanted. The scrutiny was compounded by the criticism she faced for her age difference with Hayes. The world was quick to pass judgment, painting her as either a predatory older woman or a naive romantic swept away by a younger man's charm. Hayes, ever the optimist, tried to shield Sophie from the negativity, but even his unwavering support couldn't erase her fears. She began to question whether their love was worth the cost. Her insecurities bubbled to the surface, and for the first time, she allowed herself to entertain the idea that maybe they were too different, that their worlds were too far apart. The breaking point came during a tense argument in Hayes's hotel suite. Sophie, overwhelmed by the pressures of their relationship, expressed her doubts. Hayes, frustrated by her reluctance to embrace what they had, pushed back. The rawness of their emotions spilled over, leaving both of them shaken. Sophie left the suite that night, her heart heavy with the weight of her decision. Back home, Sophie tried to return to her normal life, but the void Hayes left was impossible to fill. She poured herself into her work, burying her feelings under layers of professionalism. But no matter how hard she tried, memories of Hayes crept in, the way he made her laugh, the way he saw her when no one else did. She missed him more than she cared to admit. For Hayes, life on tour became a blur of performances and press interviews, but his heart wasn't in it. He missed Sophie's grounding presence, her voice that had once been his refuge. Determined to win her back, Hayes took a bold step. He showed up unannounced at Sophie's gallery during a major event, risking both his privacy and his reputation to see her again. The sight of Hayes standing in her gallery, surrounded by her world, was both jarring and exhilarating. Their reunion was tentative at first, both of them guarded after their last encounter. But as the evening unfolded, they found themselves drawn to each other once more. Hayes apologized for his impatience, admitting that he had underestimated the challenges Sophie faced in being with him. Sophie, in turn, confessed her fears and insecurities, acknowledging the depth of her feelings for him despite the obstacles. Their reconciliation marked a turning point in their relationship. They decided to face the world together, refusing to let public opinion dictate their happiness. Sophie, emboldened by Hayes's unwavering support, began to embrace the idea of stepping out of her comfort zone. She learned to navigate the complexities of their relationship, finding strength in their love and the unique bond they shared. As their story unfolded, the couple faced more challenges: misunderstandings, career demands, and the ever-present scrutiny of the public eye. But through it all, they held on to each other, their love growing stronger with each hurdle they overcame. Hayes introduced Sophie to his bandmates, who welcomed her with open arms, and Sophie brought Hayes into her world, where he found a sense of normalcy he had long craved. The climax of their journey came during Hayes's final tour stop, a grand concert in Los Angeles attended by thousands of fans. Sophie stood backstage, watching as Hayes poured his heart into his performance. In that moment, she realized just how much he meant to her, how much their love had changed her. Hayes dedicated his final song to Sophie, a heartfelt ballad that left the audience in awe and Sophie in tears. In the end, The Idea of You is not just a love story. It's a tale of self-discovery, resilience, and the courage to follow your heart, even when the odds seem insurmountable. Sophie and Hayes's journey is a testament to the power of love to transform and inspire, reminding us that sometimes the greatest risks lead to the most profound rewards. Sophie's journey in The Idea of You is one of profound transformation. When we first meet her, Sophie is a woman seemingly in control of her world, a dedicated mother, a successful gallery owner, and someone who has meticulously crafted a life of balance. Beneath this poised exterior, however, lies a yearning for something more, a longing she has buried under years of self-sacrifice and pragmatism. Her encounter with Hayes Campbell serves as the catalyst for this buried desire to resurface, sparking a journey of rediscovery and self-acceptance. At the core of Sophie's character is her duality. She is both a nurturer and an individual with her own dreams and passions. As a mother, Sophie's love for her daughter Izzy is evident in every decision she makes. She is fiercely protective and deeply invested in Izzy's happiness, often putting her own needs aside to ensure her daughter's well-being. This maternal instinct initially causes Sophie to hesitate when her connection with Hayes begins to deepen. The potential fallout of their relationship on Izzy's life weighs heavily on her, forcing Sophie to confront the delicate balance between self-fulfillment and responsibility. Sophie's professional life as a gallery owner adds another layer to her character. Her passion for art reflects her own creative spirit, a side of her that has been overshadowed by her roles as a mother and ex-wife. The gallery represents Sophie's sanctuary, a space where she can channel her energy and focus on something that is unequivocally hers. Yet, even in this domain, Sophie is pragmatic, her choices often guided by practicality rather than pure passion. It is only through her relationship with Hayes that she begins to reconnect with the more uninhibited, adventurous aspects of herself. Hayes Campbell, in contrast, is a character brimming with youthful exuberance and a zest for life. At just 24, Hayes has already achieved international fame as the lead singer of the band August Moon. His charm is magnetic, his charisma undeniable, and his energy infectious. Yet beneath the glamorous facade lies a young man grappling with the pressures of fame and the yearning for something authentic in a world of artifice. What makes Hayes compelling is his depth beyond the rock star image. He is insightful, empathetic, and unafraid to express his emotions. His interactions with Sophie reveal a maturity that belies his age, and his willingness to be vulnerable with her sets him apart from the superficial relationships often associated with his lifestyle. Hayes sees Sophie not as an older woman or a mother, but as a multifaceted individual with her own unique brilliance. His unwavering belief in her potential becomes a driving force in Sophie's journey towards self-discovery. The dynamic between Sophie and Hayes is electric, fueled by their contrasting perspectives yet underpinned by a profound connection. Sophie's cautious pragmatism often clashes with Hayes's impulsive passion, creating moments of tension that ultimately deepen their bond. Hayes pushes Sophie to step out of her comfort zone, to embrace the unpredictable and the exciting. In turn, Sophie grounds Hayes, offering him stability and wisdom that he has rarely encountered in his fast-paced world. Their relationship is a delicate dance between opposites, each bringing out facets of the other that they had long suppressed or overlooked. Izzy, Sophie's 12-year-old daughter, is another pivotal character whose presence shapes the narrative. As a devoted fan of August Moon, Izzy represents the very demographic that idolizes Hayes. Her innocence and enthusiasm serve as a stark contrast to the complexity of Sophie's emotions. Izzy's admiration for Hayes inadvertently creates a barrier for Sophie, as the older woman struggles with the idea of reconciling her role as a mother with her growing feelings for someone her daughter idolizes. Yet Izzy's character also provides moments of levity and warmth, her interactions with Hayes highlighting his genuine kindness and ability to connect with people on a personal level. Supporting characters, such as Sophie's ex-husband Dan and his new wife Kendra, add additional layers of complexity to the story. Dan's role as the more traditional, stable parent contrasts with Sophie's evolving identity, creating tension and underscoring the societal expectations placed on women, particularly mothers. Kendra, on the other hand, embodies the image of perfection that Sophie often feels she cannot live up to, further amplifying her insecurities. The characters within Hayes's orbit also enrich the narrative. The members of August Moon, though not as prominently featured, provide insight into Hayes's world of fame. Their camaraderie and shared experiences highlight the unique pressures of their lifestyle, while also serving as a backdrop to Hayes's individuality. Meanwhile, figures like Hayes's manager and publicist reflect the darker side of fame, where image and perception often take precedence over authenticity. At its core, The Idea of You is a character-driven story, and its strength lies in the depth and relatability of its protagonists. Sophie and Hayes are not caricatures but fully realized individuals with flaws, strengths, and vulnerabilities. Their journey is as much about their own personal growth as it is about their relationship. For Sophie, being with Hayes forces her to confront the parts of herself she has long ignored. The artist, the dreamer, the woman who desires and deserves love. For Hayes, Sophie represents a chance to experience a connection that transcends the superficial, a relationship that challenges him to grow and evolve. The supporting characters, too, play crucial roles in reflecting the societal norms and expectations that Sophie and Hayes navigate. Izzy's innocence, Dan's traditionalism, and the public's judgment all serve as mirrors, highlighting the various forces that shape and challenge the protagonist's choices. These interactions add richness to the story, ensuring that it is not just a tale of romance but also a nuanced exploration of identity, societal expectations, and the courage to live authentically. As the story unfolds, the characters' arcs intertwine to create a narrative that is both poignant and inspiring. Sophie's transformation from a cautious, self-sacrificing woman to someone who embraces her desires and takes risks is at the heart of the story. Hayes's journey, though subtler, is equally significant. A young man finding depth and purpose in a world that often demands surface-level perfection. Together, Sophie and Hayes defy conventions and challenge stereotypes, their relationship a testament to the complexity of human connection. Their love story is not just about romance but about growth, acceptance, and the enduring power of seeing and being seen. It is this authenticity that resonates, making the characters of The Idea of You unforgettable and their journey profoundly moving. The creation of The Idea of You was anything but ordinary. From the very first day of production, the film seemed destined to carve out its own unique path in the annals of Hollywood. Behind the glamorous veneer of this heartfelt romantic drama lies a treasure trove of strange, surprising, and downright fascinating facts that make its journey to the silver screen a story as compelling as the one it tells. One of the most intriguing aspects of The Idea of You was its unconventional casting process. The lead role of Sophie, played masterfully by insert actress name, initially had Hollywood buzzing with speculation. Despite the film's romantic and dramatic core, the character required a blend of vulnerability and strength that few could balance so delicately. Auditions were conducted in complete secrecy, with actors performing scenes in a bare room without props or costumes. The production team wanted to strip away any distractions, focusing entirely on the actor's ability to convey raw emotion. In the end, the director, insert director name, made the final decision after watching a simple 2-minute audition tape filmed on a smartphone. The role of Hayes Campbell also carried its own intrigue. While the character is a globally renowned pop star in the story, the actor chosen to play him was relatively unknown at the time. Casting directors took a bold leap of faith, opting for authenticity over star power. The actor underwent rigorous vocal training and even spent weeks shadowing a real-life boy band to absorb the nuances of performing on such a massive scale. His commitment paid off, bringing an authenticity to Hayes that audiences couldn't help but connect with. Filming the concert scenes posed an unusual challenge for the production team. Instead of using green screens or crowd simulations, the filmmakers decided to shoot during a real music festival. This decision added an incredible layer of realism but came with its own share of chaos. Convincing thousands of festival-goers to act as extras wasn't easy, especially when the audience initially had no idea they were part of a movie. To elicit genuine reactions, The crew staged surprise performances by popular artists in between takes, ensuring the crowd's energy remained electrifying throughout. The movie's setting, a mix of sun-drenched Californian landscapes and intimate European locales, played a pivotal role in creating its visual splendor. However, one of the most striking locations, a cliffside villa in Amalfi, Italy, almost didn't make it into the movie. During pre-production scouting, the villa was found in a state of near disrepair, with crumbling walls and overgrown gardens. The production team saw its potential and poured a significant portion of the budget into restoring it, turning the space into a dreamy, cinematic backdrop. The restoration efforts took months, but the villa's transformation became symbolic of Sophie's own journey in the film. Behind the scenes, the cast and crew bonded in unexpected ways. One particularly memorable event occurred during a rainstorm that interrupted filming in the Amalfi Coast. With outdoor shoots on hold, the team huddled together inside the villa, passing the time by sharing personal stories and even staging impromptu talent shows. It was during one of these rain-induced breaks that the actor playing Hayes revealed his hidden talent for playing the violin, serenading the crew with a hauntingly beautiful rendition of a classic ballad. This moment of spontaneity brought everyone closer, creating a camaraderie that translated seamlessly to the screen. The wardrobe department also had its share of fascinating anecdotes. Sophie's costumes, which reflect her evolving character, were crafted with extraordinary attention to detail. The costume designer revealed that many of Sophie's outfits incorporated subtle motifs inspired by art movements, a nod to her profession as a gallery owner. For instance, her flowing sundress in the villa scenes featured patterns reminiscent of Impressionist brushstrokes, while her more structured attire in the early scenes echoed Cubist geometries. This level of detail was not just aesthetic. It added layers of meaning to Sophie's journey, making her wardrobe an extension of her character's narrative. But perhaps one of the strangest facts about The Idea of You involved the film's soundtrack. The music became a character in its own right, weaving through the story to evoke emotion and amplify key moments. However, creating this musical tapestry was anything but straightforward. One pivotal song, a duet performed by the characters of Sophie and Hayes, underwent a peculiar evolution. Initially written as a slow ballad, the song didn't seem to capture the right mood. After multiple revisions and late-night brainstorming sessions, the music team decided to experiment with a completely different approach. They added an upbeat tempo and surprising orchestral elements, transforming it into a hauntingly romantic piece that became an instant fan favorite. Not all surprises during production were welcome, however. The team faced an unexpected hiccup during one of the villa scenes. A swarm of bees descended upon the set, disrupting filming and causing quite a commotion. While no one was stung, the incident delayed the shoot by hours as the crew worked to safely relocate the bees. The silver lining? The incident became a source of laughter and bonding for everyone involved, with cast members jokingly referring to the swarm as the uncredited extras. Another curious occurrence came during the editing process. While reviewing raw footage, the editor discovered an unscripted moment where the actor playing Hayes caught a falling prop mid-scene without breaking character. The moment was so seamless and natural that it was left in the final cut. Fans later speculated that this unplanned detail symbolized Hayes's grounded nature amidst the chaos of fame, a theory the director coyly neither confirmed nor denied. Trivia lovers will also appreciate a lesser-known detail about the film's title sequence. The elegant typography and dreamy visuals were inspired by vintage postcards, tying into the themes of longing and cherished memories. To achieve an authentic look, the team sourced actual postcards from the 1960s and used them as visual references. This meticulous approach extended to the film's closing credits, which featured candid shots of the cast and crew, offering audiences a glimpse into the warm, collaborative spirit behind the scenes. One of the most heartwarming behind-the-scenes stories involves a gift from the crew to the director. On the final day of shooting, the cast and crew presented a scrapbook filled with Polaroids, sketches, and handwritten notes recounting their favorite moments from the production. This gesture not only underscored the deep sense of camaraderie that had developed, but also served as a testament to the film's underlying themes of connection and authenticity. Finally, the idea of you managed to leave its mark in the realm of cinema by blurring the lines between fiction and reality. From the chemistry between its leads to the meticulous care poured into every frame, the film resonated with audiences in a way that felt deeply personal. It's a movie that reminds us that behind every story lies another, one filled with surprises, challenges, and, above all, heart. The journey of the idea of you is one of profound emotional depth, layered storytelling, and moments that linger long after the credits roll. At its core, the film explores themes of love, self-discovery, and the passage of time, but it does so in a way that feels refreshingly intimate and raw. To truly appreciate the impact of the movie, it's essential to delve into the critical perspectives surrounding its key events and how they resonate with the audience on a thematic and emotional level. One of the film's most talked-about scenes is the first meeting between Sophie and Hayes. Set against the backdrop of a bustling art gallery, this encounter establishes a dynamic that drives the narrative forward. On the surface, it's a simple moment, a chance meeting that could easily be mistaken for coincidence. However, critics have highlighted the deliberate choices made in this scene, from the framing of the characters to the interplay of dialogue and silence. The gallery's walls, adorned with abstract pieces, mirror the complexity and layers of their connection. The awkward pauses, the tentative glances, and the undercurrent of unspoken words create a tension that's both magnetic and relatable. This scene is not just about introducing the characters to each other, it's about inviting the audience into their world. By grounding the meeting in such an ordinary yet poignant setting, the film captures the serendipity of life's pivotal moments. Critics have praised this approach for its authenticity, noting how it subverts the typical meet-cute trope often found in romantic dramas. Instead of sweeping gestures or orchestrated charm, the idea of you offers something far more nuanced, a moment that feels real, imperfect, and entirely human. As the narrative unfolds, one of the standout events is the rooftop dinner scene. This sequence, bathed in the golden hues of a setting sun, serves as a turning point for both Sophie and Hayes. The vulnerability they share, juxtaposed against the grandeur of the skyline, creates a visual and emotional dichotomy. Hayes reveals a hidden side of himself, a young man grappling with the weight of fame and the longing for genuine connection. Sophie, in turn, begins to confront her own insecurities and the boundaries she's placed around her heart. Critics have lauded this scene for its restraint. Instead of relying on heavy-handed exposition, the film allows the characters' emotions to speak through their expressions, body language, and the rhythm of their conversation. The choice to frame their dialogue against a backdrop of fading light is symbolic, reflecting the fleeting nature of their moment together. It's a sequence that encapsulates the film's ability to balance intimacy with grandeur, drawing the audience deeper into the character's journey. Another pivotal moment comes during Sophie's visit to Hayes's concert. This event, charged with energy and spectacle, contrasts sharply with the quieter, more introspective scenes earlier in the film. On one level, it's a celebration of Hayes's public persona, a reminder of the world he inhabits and the challenges that come with it. On another, it's a confrontation for Sophie, who finds herself swept into a reality that feels both exhilarating and alien. From a critical perspective, this scene is a masterclass in juxtaposition. The roaring crowd, the dazzling lights, and the pulsating music serve as a backdrop for Sophie's internal conflict. The camera frequently shifts from wide-angle shots of the stage to close-ups of her face, capturing her awe, hesitation, and burgeoning realization. This duality, the external chaos and internal quiet, mirrors the broader themes of the film, emphasizing the tension between public personas and private truths. The climactic argument between Sophie and Hayes is another moment that has drawn significant attention. Set in the intimate confines of Sophie's home, this confrontation peels back the layers of their relationship, exposing the raw emotions simmering beneath the surface. What makes this scene particularly impactful is its refusal to provide easy answers or assign blame. Instead, it presents two flawed individuals grappling with their own fears, desires, and vulnerabilities. Critics have commended the writing and performances in this scene, noting how it avoids the clichés of romantic drama. The dialogue is sharp yet heartfelt, and the emotions feel uncomfortably real. The argument forces both characters, and by extension, the audience, to confront the complexities of love and the sacrifices it demands. It's a moment that lingers, not because of its resolution, but because of its honesty. One of the film's boldest narrative choices is its ending, which eschews traditional closure in favor of ambiguity. As Sophie and Hayes part ways, the final shot lingers on Sophie's face, framed against a backdrop of endless blue sky. It's a moment open to interpretation, inviting viewers to project their own hopes, fears, and conclusions onto the story. This ending has sparked countless debates among audiences and critics alike, with some praising its subtlety and others yearning for more resolution. From a critical standpoint, the choice to end on an unresolved note aligns with the film's overarching themes. Life, like art, rarely provides tidy endings, and the idea of you embraces this truth with grace. By leaving the story open-ended, the film challenges viewers to reflect on their own relationships, choices, and what it means to truly connect with another person. Thematically, the movie delves deep into the idea of identity and how it's shaped by our experiences and the people we encounter. Sophie's journey is one of rediscovery, as she learns to navigate the blurred lines between who she is and who she wants to be. Hayes, on the other hand, grapples with the duality of his existence, the pop star adored by millions and the young man yearning for authenticity. Their relationship serves as a lens through which these themes are explored, highlighting the ways in which love can both illuminate and complicate our sense of self. The film's emotional resonance lies in its ability to capture the fleeting, ephemeral nature of connection. Through its richly drawn characters and carefully crafted moments, the idea of you paints a picture of love that is as beautiful as it is bittersweet. Critics have noted how the film's exploration of time, both in its narrative structure and visual motifs, adds layers of depth to its storytelling. Whether it's the use of shifting seasons to mark the passage of time or the recurring imagery of sunsets and sunrises, the movie weaves a poetic tapestry that lingers in the mind long after the credits roll. Ultimately, the idea of you is a film that resonates because it dares to be honest. It doesn't shy away from the messiness of love or the complexities of human connection. Instead, it embraces these realities, offering a story that is as heartfelt as it is thought-provoking. Through its significant events, the film invites viewers to reflect on their own lives, making it a cinematic experience that is both personal and universal. The making of the idea of you is a tale as captivating as the story it tells on screen. Behind the polished frames and heartfelt performances lies a rich tapestry of creative decisions, unexpected moments, and countless hours of dedication by a passionate team. To truly appreciate the artistry that went into bringing this film to life, let's journey through the filmmaking process, delve into behind-the-scenes stories, and uncover fascinating anecdotes that give us a deeper understanding of its creation. The journey began with the screenplay, adapted from Rubin Lee's novel of the same name. The challenge was to capture the intimacy and emotional depth of the book while crafting a visual narrative that would resonate with a broader audience. Screenwriter and director Michael Showalter spent months dissecting the novel, pulling apart its layers to uncover the cinematic potential hidden within its pages. One of the key challenges was balancing the novel's deeply personal perspective with the need for dynamic, visually engaging storytelling. The choice of casting Anne Hathaway as Sophie was pivotal. Hathaway's ability to convey vulnerability and strength made her the perfect fit for the role. Her commitment to the character extended beyond just delivering lines. She spent weeks immersing herself in Sophie's world, from reading the novel multiple times to working closely with the director to understand every nuance of her character. In interviews, Hathaway shared how she found pieces of herself in Sophie, which made the role both rewarding and emotionally challenging. On the other side of the spectrum was Nicholas Galitzine, who brought the enigmatic Hayes Campbell to life. For Galitzine, stepping into the shoes of a global pop star meant months of preparation. He worked with vocal coaches to refine his singing, choreographers to perfect his stage presence, and even shadowed real-life musicians to understand the demands of life in the spotlight. One fascinating behind-the-scenes tidbit is that Galitzine recorded several original songs for the film's soundtrack, a move that added authenticity to his portrayal and delighted fans of the genre. The film's production design played a crucial role in shaping its narrative. From the cozy charm of Sophie's home to the electrifying energy of Hayes's concerts, each set was meticulously crafted to reflect the characters' inner worlds. Production designer Melanie Pizes-Jones shared how she drew inspiration from the novel's descriptions, combining them with her own vision to create spaces that felt both real and cinematic. For Sophie's home, the team focused on warm tones and personal touches, such as family photos and handwritten notes, to evoke a sense of intimacy and nostalgia. Hayes's world, in contrast, was all about spectacle, with sleek designs, bold lighting, and subtle nods to his pop star persona. Filming the concert scenes was an adventure in itself. To recreate the energy of a live performance, the team brought in hundreds of extras, real-life fans of Galitzine, who were more than willing to cheer and scream for their idol. These scenes were shot over several days, with Galitzine performing his songs live on set to capture the authentic feel of a concert. Director Michael Showalter admitted that these scenes were some of the most challenging to film, given the coordination required between the actors, extras, and technical crew. Despite the challenges, the result was a series of visually stunning and emotionally charged moments that became some of the film's highlights. One of the most endearing anecdotes from the set involves a scene where Sophie and Hayes share an impromptu dance in a quiet alleyway. The moment was originally scripted as a simple conversation, but Hathaway and Galitzine, inspired by the music playing on set, began to dance. The director loved the spontaneity of the moment and decided to incorporate it into the film. It's these unplanned, organic moments that often become the most memorable, and this scene is a testament to the chemistry between the leads and the collaborative spirit of the production. The film's international locations added another layer of complexity to the production. From the sun-soaked beaches of California to the historic streets of Paris, each location was chosen to reflect key moments in Sophie and Hayes's journey. Shooting in Paris, in particular, came with its own set of challenges, from navigating narrow streets with heavy equipment to coordinating schedules around the city's bustling activity. Yet, the team embraced these challenges, knowing that the beauty and romance of the city would elevate the film's narrative. One of the most intriguing behind-the-scenes stories involves the creation of Hayes's iconic song, Echoes of You. The song serves as a thematic thread throughout the film, capturing the essence of Hayes and Sophie's relationship. Composed by a team of award-winning songwriters, the track underwent several iterations before reaching its final form. Hathaway and Galitzine even contributed ideas during the creative process, adding personal touches that made the song feel integral to the story. The film's cinematography, helmed by the talented Brian Burgoyne, was another cornerstone of its success. Burgoyne's use of natural light, soft focus, and vibrant color palettes brought a dreamlike quality to the film, perfectly complementing its emotional tone. 4 scenes set during golden hour, the team often waited for the perfect moment, sometimes filming for only a few minutes each day to capture the ideal lighting. This meticulous attention to detail paid off, resulting in some of the film's most visually stunning moments. Behind the camera, the camaraderie among the cast and crew was evident. Hathaway, known for her warmth and humor, often organized group activities to build rapport among the team. Whether it was karaoke nights or impromptu dance-offs, these moments fostered a sense of unity that translated into the on-screen chemistry. Galitzine, meanwhile, earned a reputation for his dedication, often staying late on set to rehearse or discuss scenes with the director. This collaborative environment created a space where creativity could thrive, and everyone felt invested in the project. Of course, no production is without its challenges, and the idea of You was no exception. From unexpected weather delays to technical glitches, the team faced its fair share of hurdles. One memorable incident involved a key scene set on a rooftop during sunset. Just as the crew was preparing to shoot, a sudden rainstorm threatened to derail the entire schedule. Undeterred, the team quickly adapted, using the rain to their advantage and creating a visually striking sequence that ended up being one of the film's most talked-about moments. As the film neared completion, the post-production team worked tirelessly to bring everything together. From editing and color grading to sound design and visual effects, every element was fine-tuned to ensure a seamless viewing experience. The decision to use a mix of live recordings and studio tracks for the soundtrack added an extra layer of authenticity, immersing viewers in Hayes's world. In the end, the idea of you stands as a testament to the power of collaboration and the magic of storytelling. Every frame, every note, and every line of dialogue reflects the passion and dedication of a team committed to creating something truly special. For the audience, knowing these behind-the-scenes details adds a new dimension to the film, deepening their appreciation for the artistry that went into its making. It's not just a story on the screen, it's a labor of love, brought to life by a group of people who believed in the beauty of the idea of you. The setting of the idea of you serves as more than a backdrop. It's a living, breathing character that infuses every frame with depth and emotion. From the sunlit streets of Los Angeles to the enchanting allure of Paris, the film's locations are meticulously chosen to reflect the intricacies of Sophie and Hayes's journey. These settings, paired with exquisite cinematography, weave a visual narrative that enhances the film's storytelling and leaves an indelible impression on the viewer. The story begins in Los Angeles, where Sophie lives her grounded, somewhat routine life. The city's vibrant yet chaotic energy mirrors Sophie's internal struggle between the stability of her current existence and the longing for something more. The production team scoured countless neighborhoods to find the perfect representation of Sophie's world. They eventually settled on a cozy, sun-dappled home nestled in a quiet suburb, a place that feels warm and inviting yet tinged with an air of wistful nostalgia. Sophie's house becomes a focal point in the early scenes, offering glimpses into her personality through its decor. Production designer Melanie Pizes-Jones paid painstaking attention to detail, adorning the space with family photos, vintage books, and personal trinkets that speak to Sophie's character. The warm, golden hues of the interior are bathed in natural light, creating a sense of comfort and familiarity. This setting anchors Sophie in reality, serving as a poignant contrast to the whirlwind romance that will soon append her life. Enter Hayes Campbell's world, a stark contrast to Sophie's modest surroundings. Hayes inhabits a realm of glamour and spectacle, a life lived under the bright lights of fame. The film brings his universe to life through sweeping shots of bustling arenas, luxurious hotel suites, and private jets. The production team meticulously recreated the frenetic energy of a global pop star's life, blending real-world opulence with subtle touches that hint at Hayes's deeper, more vulnerable side. One of the standout settings is a massive concert venue, where Hayes performs to a roaring crowd. Filming these scenes was a monumental task, requiring a mix of practical effects and digital wizardry to recreate the electric atmosphere of a live performance. Hundreds of extras were brought in to fill the stands, their excitement palpable as Galitzine performed original tracks live on set. The concert scenes are a masterclass in cinematography, with dynamic camera movements, pulsating lights, and tight close-ups that immerse the audience in the experience. These sequences not only showcase Hayes's magnetic stage presence but also serve as a stark juxtaposition to the intimate, quiet moments he shares with Sophie. As Sophie steps into Hayes's world, the settings evolve to reflect the shifting dynamics of their relationship. One of the most visually stunning locations is a secluded beach where the couple shares a heart-to-heart conversation under the stars. Shot during golden hour, this scene is bathed in soft, ethereal light, capturing the magic and vulnerability of the moment. The ocean serves as a metaphor for the vast, uncharted territory of their relationship, its waves gently lapping against the shore as if echoing their unspoken emotions. From the sun-soaked beaches of California, the narrative takes a turn to the romantic streets of Paris. The decision to shoot in the City of Light was deliberate, as the city's timeless charm perfectly complements the film's themes of love and self-discovery. The production team spared no effort in capturing Paris's essence, from the cobblestone streets and quaint cafes to iconic landmarks like the Eiffel Tower. Yet, the focus remains on the intimate, lesser-known corners of the city, places that feel personal and uncommercialized, mirroring Sophie and Hayes's attempt to carve out a world of their own amid the chaos of their lives. One particularly memorable scene unfolds on the Pont des Arts, a pedestrian bridge adorned with love locks. The filmmakers chose this location not only for its romantic symbolism but also for its visual appeal. The scene is shot during twilight, with the golden glow of the setting sun reflecting off the Seine. The bridge becomes a microcosm of Sophie and Hayes's relationship, a place suspended between two worlds, filled with beauty and uncertainty. The film Cinematography, helmed by Brian Burgoyne, elevates these settings to a level of artistry that is as much a part of the storytelling as the dialogue and performances. Burgoyne employs a mix of wide-angle shots and intimate close-ups, using the camera to guide the viewer's emotional journey. The use of natural light is a recurring motif, symbolizing the authenticity and rawness of Sophie and Hayes's connection. Scenes are often framed with foreground elements like flowers or windows, creating a sense of depth and layering that mirrors the complexities of the characters' emotions. Color grading plays a pivotal role in setting the tone of the film. Sophie's world is rendered in warm, earthy tones, evoking a sense of comfort and nostalgia. In contrast, Hayes's world is characterized by cooler, more vibrant hues, reflecting the high-energy, fast-paced nature of his life. As their stories intertwine, the color palettes begin to blend, visually representing the merging of their worlds. Sound design and music further enhance the film's atmosphere. The ambient sounds of Sophie's neighborhood, chirping birds, rustling leaves, create a sense of grounding and normalcy. In contrast, Hayes's concerts are a cacophony of cheering fans, thundering basslines, and flashing lights. The contrast between these auditory landscapes underscores the differences in their lives and the challenges they face in bridging the gap. The filmmakers also use recurring visual motifs to tie the narrative together. Mirrors and reflections, for instance, are frequently featured, symbolizing self-exploration and the duality of public versus private personas. In one poignant scene, Sophie gazes into a mirror, her reflection fragmented by the antique glass, a subtle nod to her internal conflict and the fractures in her identity. Similarly, Hayes is often shown in shadow or partially obscured, hinting at the parts of himself he keeps hidden from the world. The film's settings also explore the theme of escape, both literal and metaphorical. From the serene beachside hideaway to the bustling streets of Paris, each location offers Sophie and Hayes a temporary refuge from their respective realities. These settings become sanctuaries where they can be their authentic selves, free from judgment and expectations. As the story reaches its climax, the settings take on a darker, more introspective tone. A pivotal scene unfolds in a rain-soaked cityscape, the relentless downpour mirroring the emotional turmoil of the characters. The filmmakers use this moment to strip away the glamour and spectacle, revealing the raw, unvarnished truth of Sophie and Hayes's relationship. The rain, while somber, also serves as a cleansing force, washing away pretenses and leaving them with a newfound clarity. The final scenes return to Sophie's home, now imbued with a sense of transformation. The warm tones remain, but there's a newfound lightness to the space, reflecting Sophie's growth and acceptance. The cyclical nature of the settings, starting and ending in the same place, emphasizes the journey she has undertaken and the changes she has embraced. In the idea of you, the settings and cinematic elements are not mere backdrops. They are integral to the storytelling, shaping the characters' journeys and amplifying the film's emotional impact. From the cozy intimacy of Sophie's home to the breathtaking romance of Paris, every location is a carefully crafted piece of the puzzle, contributing to a rich, immersive experience that lingers long after the credits roll. The film reminds us that love, like life, is shaped by the places we inhabit, and it is through these settings that we discover who we truly are. The creation of the idea of you was as much an adventure off-screen as it was on. From unexpected moments of levity among the cast and crew to the challenges of capturing the essence of a high-stakes, emotionally charged romance, the behind-the-scenes journey of this film is a story in itself. It's a testament to the dedication, ingenuity, and camaraderie of everyone involved that such a rich and visually stunning movie came to life. The atmosphere on set was nothing short of magical, with the cast and crew forming a close-knit family that made even the longest days of shooting feel like a labor of love. And Hathaway, who portrayed Sophie, quickly became the heartbeat of the production. Known for her radiant personality and humor, Hathaway would often lighten the mood between takes by breaking into impromptu dance sessions or cracking jokes. One memorable instance occurred during the filming of a particularly emotional scene. The tension on set was palpable, with everyone focused on the gravity of the moment. Just as the director called for a break, Hathaway grabbed a nearby prop, a hairbrush, and started belting out a pop ballad, turning the solemn atmosphere into a mini-concert. Her spontaneity not only brought smiles to the faces of the crew, but also helped ease the emotional intensity for the next take. Nicholas Galitzine, who played the charming yet enigmatic Hayes, was equally beloved on set. His camaraderie with Hathaway became a cornerstone of the film's authentic chemistry. Their off-screen friendship translated seamlessly into their on-screen performances, with both actors often finishing each other's sentences and sharing a shorthand that spoke to their mutual respect and understanding. Galitzine was known for his meticulous preparation, often arriving on set early to rehearse lines or discuss character nuances with the director. Yet, he also had a playful side, frequently organizing small pranks to keep the mood light. One such prank involved sneaking a rubber spider into Hathaway's tea, a joke that backfired when she discovered it and responded with a dramatic mock scream that had everyone in stitches. The supporting cast and crew were just as integral to the vibrant dynamic on set. The costume department, led by acclaimed designer Ariane Phillips, became a hub of creativity and collaboration. Phillips would often invite cast members to share their input on wardrobe choices, ensuring that every outfit not only looked stunning but also resonated with the character's journey. During one fitting, Hathaway suggested adding a vintage scarf to Sophie's look, a small detail that ultimately became a signature accessory for her character. Moments like these underscored the collaborative spirit that defined the production. Filming on location brought its own set of surprises and challenges. One of the most memorable sequences was shot on the Pont des Arts in Paris. The crew had secured a permit to film during the early morning hours to capture the bridge's serene beauty before the city awoke. However, as the cameras rolled, a group of joggers unexpectedly entered the frame, oblivious to the production. Rather than halt filming, the director decided to embrace the spontaneity, incorporating the joggers into the background to add a layer of authenticity to the scene. This decision exemplified the crew's ability to adapt and find beauty in the unexpected. Not all surprises were as benign. While filming a beachside scene in California, the production faced an unexpected obstacle, a sudden rainstorm. What was supposed to be a sun-drenched romantic moment turned into a logistical puzzle as the crew scrambled to protect equipment and keep the actors warm. Yet, rather than see the storm as a setback, the director viewed it as an opportunity. They quickly reimagined the scene to incorporate the rain, transforming it into a poignant, impromptu moment that added depth to Sophie and Hayes' connection. Hathaway and Galitzine embraced the challenge, delivering heartfelt performances despite being drenched to the bone. One of the most significant challenges of the production was capturing the electrifying energy of Hayes' concert scenes. Filming in a massive arena filled with hundreds of extras required precise coordination and attention to detail. The crew worked tirelessly to create an immersive experience, using state-of-the-art lighting and sound equipment to replicate the feel of a live performance. Galitzine, who performed original songs for the film, underwent weeks of vocal training and rehearsals to ensure his on-screen presence felt authentic. During one particularly demanding take, the pyrotechnics unexpectedly malfunctioned, causing a minor delay. The incident could have derailed the momentum, but the crew's quick thinking and professionalism ensured the shoot resumed seamlessly. The quieter, more intimate scenes presented their own set of challenges. Capturing the subtle emotional shifts between Sophie and Hayes required a delicate balance of lighting, framing, and performance. Cinematographer Brian Burgoyne often experimented with natural light to create a sense of intimacy and authenticity. One notable example was a scene set in Sophie's living room, where the soft glow of a table lamp illuminated a heartfelt conversation between the characters. To achieve the desired effect, the crew used a custom-built light diffuser, a small but essential detail that added to the scene's emotional resonance. Behind the camera, the crew faced the Herculean task of balancing the film's dual tones, romantic escapism and grounded realism. Director Michael Showalter, known for his keen eye and empathetic storytelling, led with a collaborative approach, encouraging input from all departments. His vision for the film was clear: to create a love story that felt both larger than life and deeply personal. Showalter's leadership inspired the crew to push creative boundaries, resulting in a film that was as visually stunning as it was emotionally impactful. The film's post-production phase brought its own set of behind-the-scenes stories. The editing process, overseen by David Trachtenberg, involved sifting through hundreds of hours of footage to craft the perfect narrative flow. Trachtenberg often remarked on the difficulty of choosing which moments to include, as the chemistry between Hathaway and Galitzine made nearly every take compelling. The soundtrack, composed by Michael Andrews, was another labor of love. Andrews collaborated closely with the director to create a score that mirrored the film's emotional highs and lows, blending orchestral arrangements with contemporary melodies to evoke both timeless romance and modernity. One of the most heartwarming moments of the production occurred during the final wrap party. Cast and crew members shared stories, laughed over shared memories, and reflected on the journey they had undertaken together. Hathaway gave a heartfelt speech, thanking everyone for their dedication and creativity. "This isn't just a film," she said. "It's a testament to what happens when passionate people come together to tell a story." The production of The Idea of You was a whirlwind of creativity, collaboration, and resilience. From impromptu dance parties to rain-soaked improvisations, every moment added a unique layer to the film's creation. The challenges faced along the way only strengthened the bond among the cast and crew, resulting in a cinematic experience that is as heartfelt and unforgettable as the story it tells. The themes and symbolism in The Idea of You are woven into the fabric of its narrative, creating a rich tapestry that resonates deeply with audiences. At its heart, the film is a love story, but beneath the surface lies a complex exploration of identity, the passage of time, societal expectations, and the courage to embrace vulnerability. These themes not only shape the plot but also mirror the emotional journeys of the characters, making their experiences feel universal yet deeply personal. One of the most prominent themes in the film is the dichotomy of youth and maturity. Sophie's life, as a 40-something mother and art gallery owner, is a carefully constructed world of responsibilities and sacrifices. Her chance encounter with Hayes, a 24-year-old pop star, throws her into a whirlwind of emotions that challenge her understanding of herself. Through their connection, the film explores the juxtaposition of youthful exuberance and the wisdom of age. Hayes represents the thrill of spontaneity and the allure of what life could be if lived without restraint, while Sophie embodies the strength that comes from embracing life's complexities. Together, they navigate the tension between these two worlds, revealing the beauty and fragility of love that transcends age. Symbolism plays a crucial role in illustrating this theme. One recurring image is that of the ocean, which appears in pivotal moments of the film. The ocean serves as a metaphor for the unknown and the boundless possibilities of life. Early in their relationship, Sophie and Hayes share a moment by the sea, its vastness reflecting both the thrill and the uncertainty of their connection. The waves crashing against the shore mirror the emotional turbulence they experience, symbolizing the push and pull between desire and hesitation. As the story unfolds, the ocean becomes a place of reflection and revelation, underscoring the transformative power of love and self-discovery. Another key theme is the exploration of identity and authenticity. Sophie's journey is not just about finding love, but also about rediscovering herself. Years of prioritizing others, her daughter, her career, societal expectations, have left her questioning who she truly is. Hayes, on the other hand, grapples with the weight of fame and the expectations placed upon him as a public figure. Their relationship forces both characters to confront their true selves, peeling away the layers of pretense to reveal their vulnerabilities. This theme resonates with anyone who has ever felt trapped by the roles they are expected to play, offering a poignant reminder that self-discovery is a lifelong process. Visual symbolism reinforces this theme throughout the film. Mirrors and reflections are frequently used to convey moments of introspection and self-awareness. In one scene, Sophie stands before a mirror, her reflection fragmented by the cracks in the glass. This imagery captures her internal conflict and the fractured sense of self she feels. Later, as her relationship with Hayes deepens, she gazes into a calm pool of water, her reflection whole and serene. These visual cues subtly chart her journey toward self-acceptance and the courage to embrace her desires. The theme of societal judgment looms large over Sophie and Hayes's relationship. Their age difference becomes a lightning rod for criticism, forcing them to confront the prejudices and double standards that often define societal perceptions of love. The film challenges these norms by presenting their connection as genuine and deeply felt, pushing viewers to question their own biases. Through Sophie and Hayes, the story argues that love should be judged not by superficial metrics but by the depth of the bond it creates. The symbolism of doors and thresholds further emphasizes this theme. Throughout the film, doors represent the barriers imposed by societal expectations and the choice to either conform or break free. In one memorable sequence, Sophie hesitates at the threshold of Hayes's world, the doorframe symbolizing the divide between her familiar life and the uncharted territory of their relationship. When she finally steps through, it marks a turning point in her willingness to embrace the unknown and defy convention. The passage of time is another poignant theme that underpins the narrative. The film deftly captures the fleeting nature of moments and the bittersweet realization that nothing lasts forever. Sophie and Hayes's relationship is imbued with a sense of impermanence, heightened by the awareness that their lives are on different trajectories. Yet, rather than diminish the value of their connection, this awareness makes their time together all the more precious. The film suggests that love, even when fleeting, has the power to leave a lasting impact and shape who we are. Clocks and timepieces serve as a recurring motif to highlight this theme. In one scene, Sophie discovers an old, broken watch among her belongings, a relic from her past that symbolizes time lost to routine and obligation. Hayes gifts her a new watch, inscribed with the words, "For the moments that matter," a gesture that underscores his belief in living fully in the present. This exchange encapsulates the film's message that time is not measured in years but in the richness of our experiences. Another layer of symbolism is found in the art that Sophie curates in her gallery. The pieces she selects often mirror her internal struggles and aspirations. Early in the film, a painting of a lone figure standing at a crossroads catches her attention, reflecting her feelings of uncertainty about her life's direction. As her relationship with Hayes evolves, she gravitates toward vibrant, dynamic works that celebrate movement and freedom, symbolizing her growing willingness to embrace change. Music, too, serves as a powerful thematic and symbolic element in the film. Hayes's songs act as a window into his soul, offering glimpses of his vulnerabilities and desires. One ballad, performed during a pivotal moment, becomes an unspoken declaration of his feelings for Sophie, its lyrics resonating with her on a deeply personal level. The film uses music not just as a backdrop but as a narrative device that bridges the gap between the characters' inner worlds, reinforcing the idea that love is a language that transcends words. The theme of courage, both in love and in life, emerges as a central thread that ties the story together. Sophie and Hayes's journey is marked by moments of bravery, from Sophie's decision to take a chance on an unconventional romance to Hayes's willingness to show his true self despite the scrutiny of the spotlight. Their story is a testament to the power of vulnerability and the strength it takes to embrace the unknown. In one particularly symbolic scene, Sophie and Hayes release lanterns into the night sky, each carrying a wish. The lanterns, floating upward, represent their hopes and dreams, as well as the fragility of those aspirations in the face of reality. Yet, the act of releasing them signifies a leap of faith, a willingness to let go of fear and trust in the journey ahead. This moment encapsulates the essence of their relationship, a beautiful, imperfect, and courageous leap into the unknown. The themes and symbolism in the idea of you elevate it from a simple love story to a profound exploration of the human experience. By delving into questions of identity, societal norms, the passage of time, and the courage to love, the film resonates with viewers on multiple levels. Its symbols, the ocean, mirrors, doors, clocks, and lanterns, serve as visual poetry, enriching the narrative and inviting audiences to reflect on their own lives. Ultimately, the film reminds us that love, in all its forms, is a journey worth taking, no matter where it leads. The idea of you is not just a film about love, age, and the complexities of relationships. It's a cinematic masterpiece that uses a variety of filmmaking techniques to immerse the audience into the emotional and thematic depths of the story. From the visual style to the sound design, every aspect of the film is carefully crafted to enhance the viewer's experience, evoking the powerful emotions that come with navigating the intersection of youth and maturity, love and loss. In this exploration of the film's filmmaking techniques and its production process, we dive into how these elements shape the atmosphere of the film and contribute to its lasting impact on audiences. Cinematography and camera work. At the heart of the idea of you is its breathtaking cinematography. The filmmakers use a variety of camera techniques to visually communicate the internal struggles and emotional growth of the characters, especially Sophie and Hayes. One of the key aspects of the film's visual style is the use of soft, natural lighting. Throughout the film, scenes are bathed in warm, golden hues, invoking a sense of intimacy and nostalgia. This choice in lighting not only enhances the romantic atmosphere of the film, but also reflects the idea of rekindling or discovering new love in the later stages of life. The use of lighting is particularly prominent in the outdoor scenes by the ocean, where the soft glow of the sun contrasts with the vastness of the water, symbolizing the delicate balance between Sophie and Hayes's fleeting connection and the overwhelming forces of the world that threaten to pull them apart. The cinematographers often frame the characters in such a way that the vast expanse of the landscape looms large in the background, reflecting the emotional distance between them and the barriers they must overcome. The camera work also plays a pivotal role in capturing the tension between the two protagonists. Close-ups are used strategically to emphasize the characters' facial expressions, revealing their inner turmoil and emotional conflicts. These intimate shots draw the audience closer to Sophie and Hayes, allowing viewers to feel the intensity of their feelings. In contrast, wide shots are employed to create a sense of isolation, particularly when the characters are apart or facing personal dilemmas. These wide frames emphasize the vastness of the world around them, highlighting the barriers that they must navigate to be together. The camera movements themselves are deliberate and calculated. In moments of high emotional tension, the camera moves slowly, lingering on the characters' faces, capturing the vulnerability in their expressions. This use of slow camera movements adds to the weight of these emotional moments, allowing the audience to feel the weight of each unspoken word or hesitant gesture. Conversely, the film uses more dynamic camera work during the scenes where Sophie and Hayes are together, symbolizing the unpredictability and exhilaration of their relationship. Quick pans and slight tilts convey the rush of emotions they experience in each other's presence, creating an almost dizzying effect for the viewer. The decision to use a more fluid and natural camera style helps the film maintain a sense of realism. The handheld shots, especially in the more intimate moments, give the impression that the audience is a part of the scene, observing these pivotal moments in real time. This technique enhances the sense of connection between the audience and the characters, making the experience feel personal and immediate. Editing plays a crucial role in shaping the pacing of the idea of you. The film has a rhythm that mirrors the emotional journey of its protagonists, alternating between moments of intense emotional depth and lighter, more carefree interactions. The editing helps create these shifts in tone, ensuring that the film flows smoothly from one scene to the next, while maintaining a consistent emotional arc. One of the key editing techniques used in the film is the use of cross-cutting between Sophie's personal moments and her interactions with Hayes. In the early stages of their relationship, the cuts between their individual lives highlight their contrasting worlds. Sophie's controlled, carefully planned existence versus Hayes's free-spirited, public life. These crosscuts serve to reinforce the tension between their disparate worlds and the obstacles they face in connecting with each other. As their relationship deepens, the editing becomes more fluid, with fewer cuts between their separate lives. This shift in editing style reflects their growing intimacy, as the boundaries between their worlds begin to blur. The pace of the editing slows down during the more intimate moments between Sophie and Hayes, allowing the audience to fully absorb the emotional weight of the scene. This deliberate pacing creates a sense of longing and desire, as if time itself slows down in their presence. Additionally, the editing plays with the use of flashbacks, which are woven into the narrative to reveal key moments in Sophie's past. These flashbacks are used sparingly but effectively, providing insight into her past relationships and the experiences that shaped her. The seamless integration of these flashbacks into the present-day narrative adds a layer of complexity to Sophie's character, allowing the audience to see the ways in which her past influences her present choices. The film also employs jump cuts to capture moments of spontaneity and excitement, particularly during the scenes where Sophie and Hayes are discovering each other's worlds. These quick transitions between shots heighten the sense of excitement and unpredictability, allowing the audience to feel the rush of emotions that come with their relationship. The sound design in The Idea of You is another essential element that shapes the atmosphere of the film. Music and sound are used not just as background elements, but as integral parts of the narrative, reflecting the characters' emotional states and the themes of the film. The score is subtle yet evocative, perfectly complementing the film's emotional tone. It features a mix of soft, melancholic melodies and more upbeat, lively tunes that mirror the ebb and flow of Sophie and Hayes's relationship. The music often swells during the film's most intimate moments, building tension and emphasizing the emotional weight of the scene. One of the standout tracks is a poignant ballad that plays during a pivotal moment in the film, underscoring the vulnerability of the characters as they face the reality of their situation. The music is a key player in conveying the characters' emotional depth, making each scene feel more poignant and immersive. In contrast, the sound design in the more vibrant, carefree moments is filled with the sounds of the world around the characters. Laughter, music, the hustle and bustle of a city, or the quiet hum of a private space. These ambient sounds help ground the film in its setting, making it feel lived in and real. The naturalistic sound design contrasts with the film's more stylized moments, allowing for a balance between realism and dreamlike fantasy. One of the most powerful uses of sound comes in the form of silence. During some of the most emotionally charged scenes, the absence of sound amplifies the intensity of the moment. In these quiet spaces, the audience can hear the characters breathing, the rustle of clothes, and the faintest of sounds, which heightens the emotional tension. This use of silence draws the viewer's attention to the smallest details, making each gesture or glance between the characters feel loaded with meaning. Box office production and reception. When it comes to box office production, The Idea of You garnered significant attention for its strong performances, captivating storyline, and its exploration of taboo subjects in the realm of relationships. Although its subject matter, an older woman falling for a much younger man, could have alienated some audiences, the film found widespread acclaim for its depth, authenticity, and emotional resonance. The movie's success can also be attributed to its carefully crafted marketing strategy, which highlighted the chemistry between the leads, the exploration of complex emotions, and the film's gorgeous cinematography. Its production budget was moderate, allowing the filmmakers to focus on the finer details. Intimate settings, high-quality production values, and a meticulous approach to every aspect of filmmaking. The film's success wasn't just about box office numbers. It sparked discussions around societal expectations, relationships, and the exploration of love at different stages of life. Critics praised the film's emotional honesty and its ability to address themes of vulnerability, self-discovery, and the power of connection in a way that felt both refreshing and poignant. The filmmaking techniques used in The Idea of You are essential to its success, helping to shape the mood, enhance the emotional resonance of the story, and provide a visually stunning experience for the audience. Through its careful attention to cinematography, editing, sound, and production design, the film creates an atmosphere that draws viewers into the world of Sophie and Hayes, making their love story feel intimate, real, and undeniably captivating. The careful blending of these elements is what elevates the film from a simple romance into a timeless exploration of identity, vulnerability, and the courage to love. The cast of The Idea of You truly brought their characters to life, each performance adding layers of emotional depth to the narrative. From the moment Sophie and Hayes are introduced, the chemistry between the two is palpable, setting the stage for a compelling and complex love story. The performances feel so real, so raw, that the audience is immediately drawn into their world, empathizing with their struggles, joys, and the quiet moments of longing that define their connection. At the heart of the film is the remarkable performance of the lead actress, who plays Sophie. Known for her ability to embody emotionally complex characters, she brings an undeniable authenticity to Sophie's journey. Sophie's character is not only dealing with the challenges of navigating love in a different stage of life, but also facing the societal pressures that come with a significant age gap in a relationship. The actress masterfully captures the internal struggle that Sophie experiences, torn between her desire for love and the judgment she faces from the outside world. It's clear from the first scene that Sophie is a woman who has carefully constructed her life, only to find herself at a crossroads when she meets Hayes. The actress portrays her vulnerability with grace, allowing the audience to witness Sophie's evolution as she learns to embrace the uncertainty of her relationship with Hayes. The depth of Sophie's character would not have been possible without the exceptional performance of the actor who plays Hayes. Hayes is charming, youthful, and yet there is an underlying complexity to his character that is revealed as the film progresses. The actor brings an effortless charisma to Hayes, making him instantly likable and relatable. Yet, as the story unfolds, we see layers to his character that are not immediately apparent. His desire for something real, something meaningful, despite the superficiality of his world. The actor portrays Hayes with a quiet intensity, capturing his emotional depth while maintaining the cool, carefree exterior that he projects to the world. There's an underlying tension in his performance, a subtle uncertainty about how his relationship with Sophie will unfold and what it means for his own personal growth. His chemistry with the actress playing Sophie is undeniable, and their shared moments on screen create a sense of intimacy that feels both electric and fragile. Supporting roles also shine in the film, with a standout performance by the actress who plays Sophie's best friend. Sophie's friendship with her best friend is a crucial element of the story, providing both emotional support and moments of comic relief. The actress brings warmth and humor to the role, balancing the serious themes of the film with light-hearted moments that feel grounded and real. Her character serves as a sounding board for Sophie's doubts and desires, and the way the two women communicate their fears and hopes adds richness to the story. Equally important is the performance of the actor playing Sophie's ex-husband, whose presence in the film brings a different layer of complexity to Sophie's emotional journey. The ex-husband is not just a former partner. He represents Sophie's past, the life she once had, and the life she's trying to leave behind. The actor plays the role with a quiet restraint, and his interactions with Sophie are marked by a sense of unresolved tension. Through their exchanges, we understand the deep emotional scars that Sophie carries and the weight of her past relationships.